Welcome back to Sports Talk Dads. So happy to have you back. This week we're going to be tackling week 6 of the NFL football season. We're going to be doing a 4-game pick'em with all 4 of our panelists, and we're also going to be fielding a question from another viewer on a stardom or sit'em. So Chuck, we're going to shoot it over to you first. The stardom or sit'em question is DeSean Jackson or Taylor Gabriel. Who would you go with, Chuck? I just want to start off by saying thank you for having me back on, Justin. This show has absolutely changed my life. You can't imagine the amount of women that like to sleep with D-list celebrities. It's crazy. But to your question, if I had to pick them, I would go with DeSean Jackson. Because you're looking at the defenses here. That's all I care about. I mean, Atlanta is giving up the 6th most points to opposing wide receivers right now, whereas the Dolphins are giving up the 6th least. So I think it's a pretty cut and dry answer there. Go with DeSean Jackson. You're welcome, Chuck. We love having you here. You just keep being yourself, buddy. And happy to hear about the uptick in playing time on your end. But I can't fault the logic there. You know, you're looking at the defenses. Atlanta has given up a ton of points to the opposing wide receiver. So I think that's a good bet. Jesse, what do you think in San Francisco?
Hey, Justin. Thanks for having me back. By the way, I noticed you got all your hairs cut. It looks great. Did you notice what I did? I started doing this where I pull my hair down in front of my face a little. I really like it. It makes me look mysterious, don't you think? But to answer your question, I think I'd go with DeSean Jackson. I mean, he's playing in a climate-controlled dome, whereas you have Taylor Gabriel playing on the humidity in Florida. I would never go down there with that like that. You know what that would do to my hair? I look like Napoleon Dynamite. Don't even. He's cute anyway, too, so I would go with DeSean.
Thanks, Jesse, for noticing the haircut. Very observant of you. And the thing you're doing with your hair is really cool. So keep it up. The weather-only analysis, not quite sure that's the strongest way to pick something, but it's more valid than half the things you've said on this show in the last couple weeks. So go for it. Thanks for that. Let's shoot it to Rocco in Chicago and see if we could get any other kind of insight.
Hey, thanks for having me back on, boys. It's a pleasure. But, Jesse, you didn't notice my haircut? Probably not, because I shaved my balls. Yeah, the wife couldn't find the old huevos rancheros, if you know what I mean. She walked into the bathroom and thought I killed a wolf. But between DeSean and Taylor, I think I'm going with Taylor. First off, the Bears. Second off, he's got 29 receptions through 4 games, whereas DeSean, he's only got 22. I know it's close, but I like to go with the guy with the most targets. So I think I'm going Taylor Gabriel. Go Bears. Bear down.
Rocco, way too much information, buddy. Don't talk about that ever again on this show or in public. No one wants to hear about it. On the other hand, the target share thing, I think that's a brilliant way to go about it. You got 2 guys projected for just about the same amount of points. You look at who gets the ball more. I like it. I think that's a smart way to go about it. But let's shoot it over to Ronald in New York. You know, Ronald, I don't want to hear about your opinions on DeSean Jackson or Taylor Gabriel. You talked a lot about the New York Giants last week, and it got really bad for you on Thursday night. What do you think now, and what do you think moving forward here in the future with the Giants and Eli Manning?
Eli looked great. I've never seen a grown man get hit by so many other grown men and get back up. I think it showed a lot about Eli's determination and will to win. So while you might laugh, I say, good job, Eli. Pat yourself on the back.
Good for you, Ronald, for sticking to your guns on that. I would venture to say no one in the entire country thinks what you think about Eli Manning. Most people would agree he's the worst starting quarterback in the league, and that he looks like he's 60 in both his face and his arm. But let's switch it up here. We're going to do a pick-em between 4 games, and the panelist with the worst record after this week is going to get some kind of punishment on next week's show. Not quite sure what that is yet, but the 4 games we're going to be talking is Bucks in Atlanta, Bears, Dolphins, Titans, Ravens, and 49ers, Packers. We're going to talk to Rocco first. Rocco, who you going with in those 4 games and why?
I'm gonna go with the Falcons in the first game. They're 1-4. They're at home. I just think they're gonna step it up. So I'm gonna take them in the first game. Game 2, Dolphins Bears, easy. The Bears. I don't care if they're playing in the swamp. I don't care if they're playing on Mars. They're gonna get it done. Mac Magic will be back in action after a week off. Thank God. The Ravens, Titans, I don't believe in Mariota, but both those teams are 3-2. So I think it's the toughest one to pick, but I don't believe in the Tennessee offense very much. And then the last one, the 49ers, Packers. I think the 49ers are going to get an upset here. I just think that Aaron Rodgers had a setback with the old knee. That guess who hurt? But I don't think he can move around, and just for the Bears' sake, I'm hoping the Packers drop another one. But I honestly think that the 49ers are going to get one done this week. So that's what I'm picking.
Good stuff, Rocco. Thanks for your picks. Jesse in San Francisco, this should be interesting. Who are you picking?
Unfortunately, I'd have to agree with Rocco's disgusting old dusty self. On game 1, I think that the Falcons are gonna bounce back like Big Sean. And then on game 2, I think I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I would like to see Mitch get it done on a team with a better defense than the Bucks. Ugh. And then on game 3, I think I'm going to go with the Titans because Marcus is the only 10 I see. And then game 4, I'm going to go with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. They're better than their record, I'm telling you. And hey, Aaron, why don't you double check this bud? I love you.
Jesse, as expected. Chuck, who are you picking this weekend?
I think Jesse needs to be removed from this show if he's not going to start giving actual opinions. He's picking games based on the looks of the quarterbacks. But to my picks, I'm going to go with the Bucks, actually, over Atlanta. I think famous Jameis is going to be back in action, and he is better at throwing touchdown passes than he is at stealing crab legs from your local grocer. Second game, Bears and the Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Bears there. I think that defense is just as Rocco said. They can play on the moon. They can play on Mars. I think they're getting it done there. Miami doesn't have much going for them. Now, to the Titans and the Ravens, same thing. I don't trust the Titans as far as I can throw them on offense or defense. And I'm feeble. I can't throw very far. So go with the Ravens there. And then the Packers and the 49ers. Unfortunately, I agree with Fruity Tooty Jesse. And I'm going to go with the Packers. I think that the Packers are better than the record shows. Go with the Packers in Game 4.
All right, Chuck, good stuff. Last but certainly not least, Ronald in New York. What do you think? Who you picking?
These are really easy, Justin. Simple. Really. Buccaneer can easily kill a falcon, get a gun, shoot it, easy. A bear would maul a dolphin. Dolphins are in the ocean, bears hunt fish. Fish live in oceans, easy. Ravens, Titans. Ravens are small, weak birds. Go with the Titans. And 49ers, Packers, I love them both, working class people. But go with the Packers. Stronger. And 49ers are known for being greedy hippies. And now if it was coal miners, that would be going in the favor of the coal. Because coal is this country's future.
Ronald, I'm not quite sure you know what football is. Because the mascots of the teams don't battle each other to figure out who wins. That's just not how it works. It's hard to pick games in the NFL, though, so who knows if you're going to be the winner or the loser. We're going to have to wait till next week to figure that out. But I want to say one more time, thank you to the viewers. Subscribe at the bottom. Keep watching us. Sports Talk Dads. We'll see you next week. Thanks again.